So gamers, it's finally happened. I fell for a scam. Yes, and it's not one of those scams where they call and say, hello? Yeah, Google gift card, please. No, this was a shopping scam. I was browsing one night looking for cosplays and I came across this site with really amazing artwork and I was like, you know what? We'll give them a shot. So we were able to place our own personal order. And the deal was too good to be true. I will be real, that was the first red flag. All that happens and I do my payment. So they were very adamant on using my card. Honestly, I don't use my card on any site at all except PayPal for this very reason. After everything and a lot of talking, they were like, okay,
we can definitely do PayPal.
Which was the other red flag that I completely ignored because I was just so excited. And gamers, that is how they get you. They get you with excitement. And I fell for the oldest trick in the book. If it is too good to be true, it's probably not real. We did our payment. And within 24 hours, less than that, like a few hours into it, I get a little suspicious and I start to Google more about the company. I started digging around and I saw a lot of people who were like,
hey, this might be a scam. Like, I did get something, but it was not what I ordered. And when I reached back out, they completely ignored me, ghosted me.
And a lot of those people's reviews were being buried by all these other reviews, which were like,
this is great. It's the greatest company ever.
I was like, uh-oh. So I immediately go and I reach out to their 24-hour chat. We're talking on the phone. And as we're talking, they're like, okay, so is there a problem? And I just wanted to be polite, but I also didn't want to just be not polite in the sense of
thank you for scamming me, Mr. Scammer. Can I have another scam, please?
It was more I didn't want to be I know you're scamming me, because I was still in the early stages and I didn't know what that I needed to do, right? Because this was 11 o'clock at night. Get off the phone with them after telling them oh no, it's just, now that I'm looking at it, it is a little bit out of my price range and I'd like to save up a little bit more money so I can get something bigger and better through y'all, of course. Obviously not, but I was like, please, dude. Maybe the hopes that they'll get more money out of me, it's an investment, right? You just gotta give it a little play before reeling it back in. I've never fished, but I assume that's how it is. So they're like, all right, cool. I'll send that over to our cancellation department. I was like, you can't just transfer me over? And they're like, no, I'll open an inquiry and you'll hear back with us and we'll let you know that the cancellation went through. And hung up. They emailed me a summary of what we talked about, and they're like, hey, just want to reach back out to you that you talked about wanting a cancellation because of this reason. We said we would escalate it over here and there's no more action needed on your part. We'll reach back out to you. And I was already fishy, so I start to Google some more, and I just typed in the search exactly what they had sent to me, and a bunch of these other messages, Reddits had popped up with other people who had been scammed similarly, saying
hey, heads up, this is a scam. If you did it through PayPal, please go through PayPal and you can go ahead and follow dispute. Follow dispute.
So I was like, oh frick, what do I do? So I ended up finding somebody else who had went through a similar experience with me with a different site. And I basically followed what they did. Okay. So the first thing I did, gamers, and if this happens to you, this is what you need to do right now. Okay. You go into PayPal and you go to that transaction and you file a claim on it. All right. That stops everything. The money that was moving around is right now just locked. Okay. It is locked, but in my favor. For my reason, I'm like, hey, PayPal, I know it's kind of late. It's 1 in the morning right now while I'm doing that, but I think I might be getting scammed. Here is some sources that I think I'm backing up why I think I'm getting scammed. And I would like to move forward with that. And PayPal was like, all right, bet. Hey, buyer, we're going to go ahead and get the seller and we're gonna see like what's up, and we're gonna ask them to reach back out and just clear the air. And I was like, okay, PayPal, okay. I immediately get an email an hour later in my personal email from them saying like,
hey, we told you we were going to cancel it, and now you're doing this. What's going on? We can't refund you now.
I was like, you can though, because I sell on PayPal. All right. I've given refunds for people who have placed an order and immediately said never mind. So I didn't answer. I just looked at it and I was like, all right. I was getting an email from them probably like every like now and then. It really didn't feel like they were really like that concerned until I escalated the dispute. So after a certain amount of days, PayPal will like allow you to escalate your claim to be like, hey, it's still not resolved. We've been sitting here. What's going to happen? So what that does is it also puts a negative mark on their PayPal account unless it gets resolved. They can basically release that fist, but instead they're trying to get me to do sketchy things. So I've been getting emails from them ever since then, like twice a day. So they basically start giving me a like double email, one at like 6 in the morning, one at like 5 in the afternoon, twice a day from the same email, but different names, right? They're all different women's names. So you have like Catherine or like Georgina or Rebecca, all these different random names, but the messages all say the exact same thing. And it's a basic, copy paste of, hey, it's not our fault that you didn't have enough money. You need to cancel your dispute so that we can refund you. If you don't, we're going to go ahead and just send it to you anyways. And oh, wait, I'm also getting calls on my personal number. My number that's attached to my PayPal. When you buy, they're calling me via that. And I've blocked the number, but the voicemails, it's always this woman, the same woman that I talked to at the beginning. So I think that's like who's ever in charge of my scam personally. But they've got until January 3rd, and everything right now has been in my favor. PayPal has basically said like, hey, you're Gucci. This information basically backs you up. At the end of the day, it's a win. What did I learn? If it's too good to be true, don't freaking buy it. Do your research. Yes, always do your research. And also, if you're going to buy stuff online, always use PayPal. I now am slightly more smart in how to avoid things and how to help other people. So I just wanted to share that experience with you. I can't believe I got scammed.